front. Sprint.
Here we are, hour and a half into the race. It's a little bit windy. My oh my, sure is cool. Beautiful. Weather's looking awesome. I'm a long ways back, but I'm taking it easy, feeling pretty good. Still feeling pretty decent, still climbing. Long rocky trail. Been in between groups for quite a while. Slowly reeling some people in. There's a couple of groups just up ahead I think I'll latch on to by the time we go over the top. Still windy, windy-oming. Just about time for a little snack. Got a gel and a salt capsule on the menu. So far so good. This first big climb goes, climbs about 500 feet. But it's not too bad. Not real steep, I'm definitely not running, but just hiking along. It was a good steady pace. Just basically shifted into gear and then let the engine idle and drag myself up the hill. It's working out good. Still climbing, doing pretty good. Way far back, but slowly making up some ground. Catching up to that little group up ahead. Not too worried about it. Kind of like a big group hike so far, which suits me just fine. Just taking my time, trying to be smart. Plus enjoying the beautiful day other than a little wind. It's perfect. Calves are acting up a little bit, but I think once we get over the top of this hill, I have some extended descent, they'll start to loosen up. One of my runner friends, Woody, posted something on his blog the other day. It was something to the effect of the 10 Commandments of Endurance Sports by Marshall Ulrich. And one of them that really stuck out to me was to be something to the effect of be kind to yourself. And that's something I'm gonna work hard on during this race, because a lot of times I have a tendency to be hard on myself, or so I'm gonna try and be kind. The leaves are just barely starting to come out on the Quakies here. I have no idea what elevation we're at, but feeling it a little bit, not too much. Trail's getting pretty sloppy. This is a monster. I think we're coming up on a sweet tailwind section here finally. So let's give it a go. Here we go. Just like the roller coaster going over the top. See we're on the saddle here. Just amazing. Feeling good. Looking forward to the downhill here. Slowly reeling people in. Just coming on to an aid station here. I think this is Upper Sheep Creek. 12.5 miles or so. That's about 3.5 hours into it. Probably time for another little update. Just chugging up this muddy road. It's pretty much par for the course this year. Feeling okay, starting to get a little concerned. Had a twinge or two in my Achilles where I damaged it last month. Trying to be careful with it. So, as I was saying, about 3.5 hours into it, just taking my time, getting up this dirt road. I think once we top this out, we'll finally be on the descent. Clouds are starting to build a little bit. Looks like we could get hit by a shower before too long. Anyway, so trying to be careful with the heel. It's a little grumpy. It's always grumpy, but kind of concerned me because I felt the feeling in it that I hadn't felt for a long time. Not really sure why, because I'm certainly hammered on it a lot harder over the past couple of weeks without any problem. So we'll just keep trying to be careful with it and take our time, see what happens. Well, I'm up on the little out and back section right now, probably a little past mile 20. This is a part of the course that's new. It's not part of the normal route. They're using this to tack on some extra mileage because they had to shorten the main course because of the snow. A lot of hiking so far. Coming up on 5 hours, 4:42 right now, and feeling a little frustrated, but trying to stay positive. My heel is really, it's acting up quite a bit. Really having to baby it. The rest of me feels good. I'm taking it pretty easy, but that heel just feels like it's ready to do something bad any second now. It's not really hurting, but it's just kind of that tape measure sensation. It's ready to snap back anytime I try to push at all. So looks like it's going to be a lot of hiking today, but I'll be happy with that if I can just jog easy on the rest of the flats and the downs. We'll see how it goes. I made what I think was a good move for this out and back section. I just dropped my pack, just took a handheld. So that should add up to about 14 miles that I don't have to carry the pack today. And I just dropped my bottle. Good move. But staying positive, be nice, be kind to myself. We'll see. Alright, now the 5 hour mark, headed back down to Dry Fork. Got about a 3 mile descent here. With about a ½ mile climb thrown in. So, just jogging easy. A lot farther back than I would like to be, but that's how it goes. Calves tolerate the downhill okay. Not great, but it's workable. So keep on trucking. On the other side of fate, but only relative. Okay, we're 5.5 hours. Oh boy, time for another gel. Hiking up this last hill before dropping back down to Dry Fork, which is I think the biggest aid station on the course. It's pretty big. We'll end up going through it 4 times during the race. I'm getting maybe a tiny bit more optimistic, at least for holding together, not for doing anything great, but feeling okay on this climb. That long downhill probably helped a little bit, loosen things up. Get to Dry Fork, pick up my pack, swap out a load of gels, fill up with water, empty out my pockets of the trash. Got a whole bunch of things to take care of. And then we'll hit the trail again. This next section is 16 miles to Footbridge. It's supposed to be really beautiful. So that's how we're doing. Got calf deep, not too bad. It's 6 hours and 20 minutes into the race. Been doing lots of running since Dry Fork. Good rolling downhill with a few ups. Lots of stream crossings. It's actually been a real help. My heel's feeling a little bit better. That ice water sure feels nice on it. Kind of in no man's land here. There's a little group just ahead. Slowly been catching a few people here and there. Some of them are looking a little bit rough already. But I know that feeling. Just got to stay on task, take care of things. Got some tunes going now. Things are going pretty good. Alright, 7 hours in. Hiking up a pretty good climb here. Doing a little better. I did a ton of running that last hour or so. Felt pretty good. Was running some good hills. Lots of other people were walking. Just real easy jog, but it was enough to pass about a dozen people.
I can feel your absence, cold like steel, twisting gently.
8 hours in now. Been doing a ton of running still. Uphill, downhill, everything. Definitely in Pac-Man mode. Picking up a lot of spots. At least 2 dozen now since Dry Fork. Definitely working a little bit. Heels are cranky, but they're back to kind of being their normal cranky, which I can deal with. So up the intensity just a little, and hopefully I haven't done too much. We'll see. It's hard not to get caught up in passing people, so I've been trying to just let it happen naturally, do my own thing without pushing for it. But I have run a lot of hills that I normally would have walked, so hopefully that doesn't put me in too big of a hole. But it's good to be moving up. Finally loosening up a little bit. Well, I don't see anyone ahead of me for a ways, and I put some distance on everybody else I've passed. So I think it's time to chill for a little bit, regroup. Basically just try and maintain position for a while, let things settle down. I think I'm approaching the big drop before too long. I think I'm somewhere mile 36 or so. It's kind of bright, but up ahead you see all the sagebrush. This course is full of sagebrush, and you're always walking through it and brushing against it. So, if you react to sagebrush, this is probably not the course for you. Strangely though, I had an allergy test done a couple years ago, and sagebrush came back as the #1 thing. Scored a 4 out of on a scale of 1 to 4. But so far I'm not having any problems, not itching or anything. So I'll take it. Very beautiful. Big cliffs up there. Puffy clouds. Let's see. It's probably, I guess it's 6 p.m. now. So, good day on the trail so far. Now it's time to start jogging again.
Chaos in the friendly skies. Liberty to shield her eye.
Alright, 8:45. Total sound of music up here. Got some wildflowers popping. Sun's coming out. It's pretty nice. Feeling a little bit tired now. Probably did push a little too hard back when. But holding together all right. Just about to start this 2,500 foot drop into this canyon. That'll take me to the footbridge aid station, which is mile 40. Kind of got low on water. Had to stop at the last aid station and drink about 4 cups. I didn't really want to take off my pack and refill since I know this downhill was coming up. So I just tanked up as much as I could. We'll let that settle. Pick up my flashlight at footbridge and swap out more gels. Get a long sleeve shirt for the night. You can see on this pine tree right here, they've already got a glow stick hanging out. Hopefully that'll last through the night. Sometimes they get pretty weak after a few hours. But sure is pretty up here. I did get passed back by about 5 guys in that last aid station, but it's all good. Everybody kind of has their ups and downs. Man, that is just spectacular out there. I don't think the video will do it justice.
Balls and then there's 2 the colors bleeding red, white, blue, but humanity got not replaced. Victims in the fall from grace. First one falls and then there's 2 the colors bleeding red, white, blue, but
That was a rough descent. Beat up the legs pretty good. But I think getting close to the bottom here. I don't know, maybe another mile. It's just after 9 hours into the race. Guess that makes it 7 o'clock, 7 p.m. Looks like it's gonna get dark pretty early in the canyon here. So, timing that just about right. Flowers down here are awesome. Really pretty. Still going down. Just gotta look at the river about 500 feet below, and it is a raging monster. Kind of shadowing this group of 6 guys or so. Alright, heading out of Footbridge, 9.5 hours on the dot. Got 10 miles up to the turnaround and then 10 miles back. So 20-mile section at night with minimal aid because they had to pack it all in. So there's water, but not a lot more. So I'm packing a load of gels, a whole bunch of stuff. Picked up my lights, changed my shirt. Should be all set. That might be the boulder right there. Just last week, huge boulder fell on the trail here, and they had to have a team of guys come up with hydraulic jacks to shove it off the trail. That one looked pretty fresh. I'm sure glad we don't have to wade across that sucker. Holy cow. That is a monster. Angry monster. I feel kind of dumb right now. I can't remember what the name of that river is. Oh well. It's a pretty neat canyon here. I like it.
Young boy climbing to a desert.
Doesn't look like it here, but just climbed this really steep switchback section. I feel like Po, Kung Fu Panda, trying to go up the stairs.
Panda. I said panda.
I'm coming! Ah! Stairs.
It's tough because you'll be right at river level and you'll climb way above it and you'll drop back down to the river again. But that's what we signed up for, isn't it? Oh, that tree took a good hit from something. Beautiful canyon. Massive walls. Seem to be kind of holding our own with the daylight a little bit. I know we're losing ground, but climbing up the canyon is kind of helping to preserve the daylight. It was getting dark pretty quick down that footbridge.
Gambled with the sacred breath.
Hey, looky there. What'd I tell you? Back at the river again. Sure we'll head up again here pretty soon. And now we're pretty much in the river. I think what used to be the trail is underwater here. I just passed through a little minimal aid station. Kind of mad at myself, but still trying to be kind. I passed up on a water refill because it was only the 3.5 mile mark up the canyon, so it's not that far. But what I didn't consider was this is a rough canyon, so that took me almost an hour, which means I have almost 2 hours to go, and I'm not going to have enough water to do that. That's one thing I don't like about these packs is you can't tell really how much you have left. And in this case, it kind of prevented me from refilling because it's a pain to take off and get back on, fill it up. So I didn't want to deal with it. That was a mistake. But I do like the fact that there's no waist belt, so I don't have that digging into me the whole time. Anyway, I have been drinking quite a bit, so I'm still trying to catch up from before, but I'm definitely gonna run out. Should have stayed there for a minute and just drank 3 or 4 cups of water. Sure, you know, if I wasn't gonna take the pack off. Oh, rats. Well, I'll just kind of ration things and tank up a lot when I get up to the top. And if I take a full pack coming down, that should be plenty. Because coming down, this sucker's gonna be way faster than going up. Oh, see, there's the river way down there again. I did have a pretty clever idea though. I think I'll take one of these big dead logs like that one right up there, float down the river back down the footbridge. That'll gain me a few positions. Here we go again. Boy, things are super spread out now. I haven't seen anybody for quite a while. No idea where anybody is. That group of guys I came in with to the aid station with. Hey man, good job. Huh? I was a second place runner. He's only about 12 miles ahead of me. The first place guy passed me when I was a mile out of footbridge. Unreal. It's like he was just out for an evening jog. I can't believe he's gonna make it back to footbridge before dark. I was just happy to make it there the first time before dark. He passed me 1 mile into the 10-mile out and back section. So my tired brain, I thought he was 9 miles ahead of me. I thought, it's not too bad. And later on I did the math. No, dummy. That would be 18 miles. So suck on that. Pretty cool forest here. Gotta be spooky when it's dark. But here in a little bit there'll start being a lot of two-way traffic. All the faster guys coming down. In fact, here comes another one now. This is number 4. job. This is cool. It's like the Emerald City. Tons of this bright green moss everywhere. Alright, time for another check-in at 11 hours, which I think if I have my head screwed on, makes it 9 o'clock, 9 p.m. It's crazy, it's a lot lighter than I thought it was going to be. I think we did gain quite a bit coming up the canyon like this. Also, not sure when the solstice is, but I think this is the closest weekend to it. So it'll be the shortest night of the year, which will be good. I think I'm about the halfway point between Footbridge and the turnaround, so another 5 miles up the canyon to go. Just keep plugging away at it. Alright, it's 9:20. Still rocking some pretty good daylight out in the open anyway. The forest is very dark, so time for light pretty soon. Alright, 9:30 and it's just about flashlight time. Can't believe how spread out things are. I haven't passed anybody or been passed for miles. Just hiking along in the dark. But we have a perfectly clear sky and should have a nice, pretty close to full moon pop out at some point. That'll help. Tom and Corey just went by. Those guys are having a good race. They're in 11th and 12th. When I grow up, I want to be them. Those guys are the real deal. Really admire their type of running. I don't know how many hundreds they've done combined. I know it's just dozens. It shows too that they're running well. Pretty cool to see. Got the first headlamp coming through. So it begins off into the long night. See how much ground we can cover while it's dark. Right, 12 and a half hours into it. Finally made it to the turnaround. That was a long haul. Get there at 12:20, about 35th place, give or take. Oh man, had a nice fire going, hot soup, but I didn't stay. Didn't have any soup. Probably should have. Anyway, we're homeward bound. Very cold. Teeth are chattering. Got a little river crossing here. Gotta go across this bridge. Got a rope to hold on to. Okay, made it over the river crossing. Thankfully not cold anymore. I was freezing up on top. Because I went so long just in a t-shirt, I didn't stop to put anything on until I got up there. But now it's pretty toasty. Just took my gloves off. Finding a good use for my hat. can use the bill to shade my eyes. Seems like everyone with the headlamp likes to look right in your face when you pass them. Kind of annoying. But I just tip my hat down and block it out. So 13 hours into it now. Moving all right. This trail is pretty rough. I don't know if it shows up or not. There's a few people coming up the trail. See the headlamps. Yeah. Guess they're not that far behind me. A couple, 3-4 miles. But I'm sure glad to be heading this direction. Guess we all got a long night ahead. So I'm catching up to someone up there. But I think that's going to be pretty few and far between. Everyone I saw coming down while I was going up looked pretty solid. So I don't think there'll be a whole lot more passing going on. Not that I'm doing anything to really pull that off. But just try and maintain things, keep her steady. Starting to see more and more pacers coming up the trail with people here. Like down there, there's 2 lights. I bet that's a runner and a pacer. So my 8-year-old daughter loves to quote Captain Barbossa in Pirates of the Caribbean when he and Jack are going back and forth asking each other what they're doing. So she'll make her best pirate face and belt out, "What the are you doing?"
Trim that sail, slack windward, brace and sheet. Windward, brace and sheet. Hold the pennant line. Hold the pennant line. What are you doing? What are you doing? No, what are you doing? What are you doing? No, what are you doing? What are you doing?
And kind of been thinking I need to do that. Good job. Need to try that on one of these people I pass here going the other way. Liven things up a little. It's all nice work or good job. Once in a while you'll get a way to go, but that's just not doing it for me. It's a long shot. You can just see the moon peeking out over there. Whew, still going. I just decided instead of calling this Bighorn Trail Run, I should call it Big Hike, with a little bit of jogging thrown in. It's now 14 hours, or as I like to call it, Gel 30. Yummy. Tell you what, it's nice to be going down this canyon, but as you can see here, maybe there is plenty of work to be done still to get out of this thing. I don't think the downhill trip's going to be all that much faster than the uphill was. It is now 1:30 in the morning, 15 hours and 30 minutes into the race. Another gel down the hatch. Just left Dry Fork. Stayed about 10 minutes. Didn't take anything from them other than just filling water. Mostly just rearranged my pack, reloaded with gels, for my drop bag. Picked up an extra hat in case it gets cold. Again, up on top. Yeah. My time down from the turnaround was whopping 1 minute faster than the up time. Took me 2:50 to go up. Stayed for about 10 minutes. Get my warm clothes on. 2:49, come back down. Unbelievable. That really surprised me, but I guess it shouldn't with the descent being in the dark with pretty hammered legs. Oh, there it was. Kind of getting into no man's land now. All the two-way traffic is done. Got the hat on backwards again. Just got this huge climb. I'll be on it for a while. Well, just past Davey, sleeping on the side of the trail. Probably should have joined him. We'd end up spooning like in playing strings and automobiles.
Dell. Oh. Oh. Why did you kiss my ear? Why are you holding my hand? Where's your other hand? Between two pillows. Those aren't pillows.
I'm sure he'll pop up and come blazing by me before too long. Wow. This is tough. Gotta admit, some of the cool factor is rubbing off here. I'm just crawling up this mountain. Steep. All alone. It's 2:30 in the morning. No end in sight. But doing this for fun. Paid good money. Oh. Well, Davey's up now. That's his green light down there. The green lantern. Oh, I'm smoked. Stomach starting to get a little funky. Oh. Just have to go up there somewhere. And there goes Davey. Man, I can't even climb faster than a guy that's taking naps. He's working it. I just don't have it. Kind of shifting into survival mode, if that. Finally getting close to the top of this thing. Oh man, I don't know how. Oh, I hope I get that aid station soon. Really need to stop and put on my jacket and my hat. Pretty cold right now. Had to go across this big long exposed ridge and the wind is really blowing hard. Took a while, but I just pushed, trying to get into the trees here where it's calm. Alright, made it over the big climb. Lots of Still good sized climbs, but more rolling coming up. Just checked out of the aid station. 17 and a half hours. Stomach's been shut down for a while, haven't taken anything. That's not good. Gotta slowly start working on that. Pretty cold too still. I put everything on that I've got with me at the aid station. But it's kind of a bad place to be because I can't really move fast enough to generate much heat. So that's not really good. I'm gonna have to try and find this faster pace somewhere. A little bit of running just to warm up. Gotta get things moving again. Having soaking wet feet all the time doesn't help either. Wading through freezing cold streams 3 in the morning when you can see your breath doesn't exactly make you warm. Well, finally starting to warm up a little bit. Still moving slow, but trying to push hard enough to get warm, but not go over the edge, which is a really fine line. Surrounded by people throwing up at people ahead of me, people behind me. Forest is full of hacking and yakking sounds. Finally took a gel. Seems to be holding okay. Went for about a 2-hour span without anything, which is unusual for me. Feet are still frozen solid, but everything else is coming along. There's the moon. Pretty sight. It's pretty strong tonight, casting a good shadow. Still doing good. Warming up. Finally hitting some downhill rollers here. Starting to jog ever so slowly. About 4 in the morning now. A couple more hours, be daylight. Things are looking up just a tiny bit. Don't get too excited. Attitude is a little bit better. Just trying to cruise along, make the best of it. What are you doing? Oh, you can't even see any stars in the sky. That moon's so bright. The sky is really lit up. I've had some really long lines of sight across some clearings. And there is no one ahead and no one behind. Just me. So far, I've seen 3 mouses and no mooses, or 3 mice and no me's. Hope to keep it that way. Kind of thinking of the family now. Hope they made it home alright today, or yesterday. Kind of excited to hear how it goes when they pick up the dog from the kennel. I'm sure that'll be fun for everyone after being away for 10 days or so. Sure little Katie will be wagging her stubby tail so hard she probably won't even be able to stand up. Dawn, 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 dawn is here. Wow, what a night. It's 5 a.m. Birds started chirping about a half hour ago. Just extinguished the torch. Hopefully it wasn't premature. Going to the trees. Finally see one person a ways back behind me. It's pretty much close to a 7-mile stretch. Not seeing anybody. Kept myself busy singing Billy Joel, the Beatles, Neil Diamond, John Denver. That's the only thing I can remember words to. It was pretty ugly, but it passed the time. Not looking forward to seeing the sun come up. Still slogging away at it. It's almost 7 o'clock now. Taking forever for the sun to come up. But it's just as well. I'll be able to drop off my jacket and stuff here in a couple more miles. I think that might be it. The base of that tree-covered mountain up there. Now, over to the left I can see some windshield reflections. Just had a huge stream of runners go by the opposite direction. They must be doing the 50-mile race. It started at 6, I think. So they'll probably be turning around somewhere, coming back by. We also have a 50K race starting sometime, probably 7. So there's going to be a lot of runners on the course this morning. Yeah, the sun is up now. It's time to start watching for snakes. They said there's tons of rattlers up here. They really like to come out and catch the morning rays. So I'll be trying to watch my step. Welcome back to our coverage of the Big Hike 100. When we last spoke, I was hiking up a very long dirt road. And now I'm hiking up a very long dirt road or mud road with water flowing down it. It's 8 in the morning. I'm on the out and back section now above Dry Fork. So got about 2 more miles to climb, thereabouts, and I'll be able to turn around and stagger back down. Once I get back to Dry Fork, I have 18 miles to go. Finally made it to the turnaround. Actually been jogging a little bit, going back down. This is just going to show, this is pretty typical. The trails around here kind of trenched out a little bit. All kinds of sagebrush growing over it. It's wild. Okay. Got a long 2-mile descent here. So I'm gonna try and run it. One thing is for certain, this is going to hurt me a lot more than it hurts you. Here we go. Okay, sports fans, just leaving Dry Fork for the 4th and last time. 10 minutes to go to hit the 24-hour mark. I don't think I'm gonna hit that. Still have 18 miles left. So I will be very lucky to crack 30. Which is ugly. Kind of looks like Patrick, I'm not sure. Oh, he's up here doing the 50K. Chugging along. Wish I was running like that. Holy crap. Should yell his name and see if he turns around. Nah. There goes number 2 runner in the 50 mile or 50K, whatever race they're doing. And that means here in a little bit, there'll be about 100 or so runners come past me. I'll get good jobbed to death. I just don't even have energy to respond. I think I'm going to invent 100 milers that are really only 80 miles long. And my finish time would be 23:51. Be pretty stoked with that. And my hands are so puffy. Can't even see my knuckles hardly. Ugh. Still working on finishing this thing off. We're about 5.5 miles to go. Looks like I'll easily be under 30. I was thinking I would be 31 or 32. Not that it matters at all. Very fortunate to even be finishing this beast. So I was all set for making a big push to get under 29. Started running down this road. 5 miles to go. This canyon's just an oven. Baking, sun is out. It's mid-afternoon. And I noticed I wasn't sweating at all. Arms, face were totally dry. yet my hands and arms are just pumped full of fluid. So I shut down and just take an easy walk. Hopefully I'll get there someday. Trying to suck in a mouthful of water out of my Camelback, spit it into my hands and rub it all over my arms. Cool off a bit. Oh man, what a lifesaver. Just got misted by some kid. Had him hit me about 6 or 7 times. It's great. Well, supposedly got a mile to go. I'm so ready to be done. My feet are trashed so bad. We've been wet and muddy for 90 miles now. Just like everybody else. But I was pretty stoked because they were doing great up through mile 80. And then coming down the big hill from that turnaround above Dry Fork, they just totally came unglued. Feels like the entire foot of each one is has about 6 different layers on the bottom, and they're all going in different directions. It's gonna be ugly when I take those shoes off.
Nice job!
Thank you.
Nice job!
Here we are.
100 miles!
This hurts so freaking bad. Oh my gosh. I found a run somewhere. Once I saw I could still get a 28. Such a number slut.
10-15, that's all the dirt in the end. Make a left, make a right, you're done. Attaboy, nice work, nice job.
Way to go, way to go.
Thank you. $10.15.
10:15. Thank you.